I'm going to be covering some script communication basics in this video. I'm going to be building off the door script we built in the last video. If you didn't see that video, there should be a link right up here for that. I showed you how to build a basic door in that script, and we used a touch event to open and close the door. In this video, we're going to add a lock for the door. So we're going to start by creating a basic cylinder again. This is what we're going to use for our lock. We're going to scale it down a little bit to make it look like a button. We're going to twist it so that the button faces forward. And let's go ahead and color it green too, so it looks different from the door. Now go ahead and create a brand new script inside the button. I'm speeding this part up a little bit, but basically I'm deleting the state entry event and I'm modifying the touch start event. All I'm changing in the touch start event is the channel number. Now instead of saying touched on channel 0, it's going to say touched on channel 1001. And we're going to save that, and we're done with the button for now. Now we're going to open and modify the door script. I'm running through this part fast too, but I'll show you what I'm doing. First, I'm going to create an integer called locked. That integer will be 0 or false when the script starts. Next, I'm creating a brand new listen event. The listen event requires 4 parameters. The first is an integer for the channel number. The next is a string associated with the name of the object the script hears. The next is a key value associated with the avatar speaking to the script. And the last is a string value representing the message actually heard. In this case, it's going to hear the word touched from the button. That's not going to matter for now though in our script. That we're hearing from the button is all that matters. Now within the listen function, I'm creating a conditional based on the locked integer. So whenever the door hears touched or anything else from the button, it's going to flip the value of locked. If locked is false, it gets flipped to true. If it was already true, it gets flipped to false. And that's all this event needs to do. Then we're going to scroll down to the touch start event and create a new conditional that wraps around the original one. This conditional is just going to check for the value of locked. If locked is false, which means the door is open, it's going to go through this conditional. And if opened is false, it's going to open the door, and if opened is true, it's going to close the door. If locked is true, it's not going to do any of those things. The last thing I need to do is add a listen function so the script knows to listen on the right channel. The script isn't just listening arbitrarily to everything that's spoken to it. So the listen event requires a listen function to trigger it. The listen function basically sets the filter that we're listening for. It has 4 parameters, just like the listen event. The first is the channel, which we're setting to 1001, which is the channel the button is speaking on. And the other 3 we're setting to open quotes. This basically means no filter. This script is listening for anything that comes through on channel 1001. And you can see how this functions in World. By default, the door is unlocked, so when you touch it, it opens and closes. As soon as you touch the button though, the door is locked. Now the touch doesn't open and close the door, but touch the button again and it unlocks the door, and now the door opens and closes again normally. One other thing to cover in regards to this function, distance matters. In this case, the door is well within the distance of the button. So when the button says touched on channel 1001, the door can hear it because it's within the range of local chat. There are a few other functions that have different ranges. The whisper function, for example, speaks within a very short range. The shout function, on the other hand, speaks to a very loud range. In the other case, the door could be very far away and still function when the button is touched. There are benefits to all of these. For example, the button right near the door can open and close it locally. But maybe you want a universal button by the entrance of your home that locks and unlocks this door. And that universal button is probably much further away than local chat can reach. So that button could shout on channel 1001 and perform the same function. And to the door, it wouldn't matter which button it hears from, the local button or the universal button. Whichever one it hears from is going to unlock or lock the door when it hears it. I hope that was clear, easy, and understandable. We'll try to build off this a little bit more in the next video too. If you have questions or comments, you can put them below, or you can email me at the address in the description. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video.